Hey you guys, all right, I'm back with another YouTube workout for you. 60 minutes on the Reformer. Pilates paced power is what we have today. So you're gonna need your balance pole or your baton as your prop. That's really your only prop. I'll go over Reformer setup at the beginning of the workout. But your heart rate's gonna climb a little bit today. So I want you to know that you're gonna get a cardio element to this workout, but we're gonna move with Pilates pacing through each sequence. Strong rotational work today, strong lower half. Okay, so think glutes, hip rotators, transverse abdominals are gonna be working with that rotation. And because we're using the balance pole in the upper body, we're gonna get a lot of upper body mobility. Okay, so it's gonna be a great one. Now listen, if you've been with me on YouTube, thank you. I hope you're loving these workouts, but I only come with these workouts about once a month. Check out my on-demand platform. We have 4 live classes a week, plus I add pre-recorded workouts on there regularly. So you get at least 5 new workouts a week on the Reformer and on the mat. Pilates by JessPFit.com. Full on-demand platform hosting over 500 videos already. So full schedule for you there. If you want to join me for live classes, that's the way you would do it. If you just want to get your workouts in after the fact, all of those live classes go up on the platform for you. Okay, so they're evergreen. All right, check it out when you have a chance and let's get this workout started. All right, you guys, I'm back with another Reformer workout for you. 60 minutes on the Reformer. Pilates paced power. It's a tongue twister. That is what I have for you today. So your heart rate's gonna climb a little bit today. Be ready for that, okay? But we're gonna move at a Pilates pace. We always do. So every sequence will be Pilates paced, okay? We're not gonna race through anything, but you will notice because of the full body movement, we will have that heart rate climbing. Plus, we're gonna be moving up and down quite a lot. So there will be standing on the Reformer as well today. Your only prop, and I'll go over some little accessory things, but your only prop today is your balance pole or your baton. Now, I would love for you to have a balance pole, which is longer than a baton or a dowel, okay? You can also call it a gondola pole. Every brand calls it something different, okay? But the longer, the better. The reason I'm saying that is because a couple times I'm gonna have your arms stretched out on it like this. All right, now obviously if you have a baton or a dowel, you can have a shorter stance on that grip. It's okay, but you might not get as much out of it as I would love for you to get. Lots of upper body mobility today with this pole, okay? But also strong rotational work with this pole today. So think transverse abdominals, strong glute work as well. So lower half's gonna be working pretty hard. We've got some isometric holds, we've got some pulses, we got it all in there, okay? The full shebang. So Pilates paced power, let me go over the setup. Your foot bar is down. You are not gonna touch it today. I have a platform extender on. The reason I have that on is because I have a narrow platform. We are going to be needing a full foot connection on that platform today. So if you have a narrow platform but you don't have an extender, you can still do this workout, but it's gonna be extra challenging as far as balance goes. Okay, so just be prepared for that as well. If you have an extender, put it on. If you already have a wide platform, fantastic, okay? Every brand of Reformer is a little different. This is a balanced body studio Reformer. Spring load, 1 heavy and 1 extra light. So that is a red and a yellow in balanced body world, okay? If you do not have an extra light spring, use your lightest spring possible with that red. Okay, so you have a red and your lightest spring possible, 2 springs on. Shoulder blocks are on. Your balance pole, baton, dowel, whatever you have is placed behind your shoulder blocks. And then as far as loops and straps go, you're not gonna be touching those today, so don't worry about them at all. Let me just double check. Yeah, you're not gonna touch those, so don't worry about what you have there. Just make sure they're hooked up and out of the way, and that's it. That's all I got for you, all right? So join me. We are gonna come onto the carriage facing the platform in a 4-point kneel. All right, so hands on your platform, wrists under shoulders, spread all 10 fingers out nice and wide. Knees are under your hips, relax your toes. All right, this is purely a warm up. Right now, I wanna get some mobility to that spine and turn on the core. So you're starting in a neutral position, neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Head is nice and long. I'm looking in front of my fingertips. On your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin and round your spine. We're gonna find a cat. Nod your chin, round your spine, pull your tailbone under,
Okay, shoulder blades are running down your back. It's not a shoulder shrug. All right, and then on your inhale, you're gonna go the other way. Chin looks up, let the tailbone wag up. Oh, little snap, crackle, pop happened right there. Exhale, nod your chin around your spine. Draw that thoracic spine up towards the ceiling. That's your middle spine. Lumbar spine and cervical spine falls down on either side of that, okay? Inhale, chin looks up, tailbone wags up. Exhale, last two. Nod the chin around the spine. Good, look for range of motion to increase now, okay? Inhale, chin looks up, tailbone wags up. One more time. Exhale, nod the chin around the spine. Good, inhale, go the other way. And come back to that neutral spine and pelvis. Okay, take your right hand and place it behind your head. Okay, half airplane position. We're gonna find rotation now. So on your inhale, I want you to open up to the right. So it's an inhale. We open up the ribs to the right. I look with my eyes. And then on my exhale, I come down and rotate to the left. My elbow, or my shoulder, I should say, aims for my left elbow, my right shoulder to my left elbow. And then I open it up again. Inhale, open it up to the right. Rib basket rotation. Exhale, bring the shoulder towards the left elbow. Okay, so it's not about elbow to wrist so much. Keep your right elbow wide. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate left. Good, last one. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, come through center, rotate left. And then come back to your neutral position, put your right hand down. Left hand comes behind your head, same thing. We're gonna start with the inhale and the opening. You're gonna open up to the left. Exhale, left shoulder towards your right elbow. Good. Inhale, open. Range of motion may start small, okay, but I want you to think about increasing that range of motion as you work. Watch that right elbow, don't let it lock out. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate to the right. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate to the right. And come back to your neutral position. Put that left hand down. Now, take off your heavy spring. Take off your red. You're down to your lightest spring possible. Knees open as wide as the carriage. And I want you to push away from the platform, coming into a child's pose. Okay, sitting your hips back, reaching your sitting bones for your heels, feeling a stretch through the inner thighs, nice shoulder extension. Now slightly curl that tailbone underneath you to feel length through the lumbar spine. So we're not over shortening that low back. Good, and when you're ready, come all the way back in. All right, we are going to turn around for a little plank sequence. You're not touching your pole yet. It's coming next, don't worry. Okay, your hands are gonna be on the carriage, okay? So halfway between the edge and the shoulder blocks, shoulder width apart. All right, your toes are turned under on your platform. When you are ready, you're gonna hover those knees. So I want you to take an inhale, pull those inner thighs up along the spine to hover, and then send that carriage all the way out to your full plank. Okay, stay right there. All right, take your feet slightly wider than your hips. We're gonna come into a pounce position. All right, so I wanna get into the lower half a little deeper, which includes the front line of the body. So we're gonna get a little deep knee flexion in there and light up the quads. On your exhale, you're gonna reach your sitting bones for your heels as you come into pounce, and I actually want you to pull your hips back over the platform and come forward to plank. Okay, stay right there. You're gonna give me one push-up, okay? It can be 1 inch down, it can be all the way down. I want you to do what works for you today. On your exhale, elbows bend wide, sternum comes towards the carriage, we press back up, and let's do that pounce again. Knees bend, the carriage comes to the bumper, and I pull my hips back even more. Good, come forward to plank. Good, and give me that push-up. 1 inch down or all the way down, you find your place, okay? Knees bend. Good. Carriage comes to the bumper, pull the hips back a little bit. Come forward to plank. Good, give me one push-up and press. 3 more. Pounce, sitting bones reach, tailbone is high, okay? And then we sit back just a little bit. Good, come forward to plank and give me that push-up and press. 2 more, you got this. Pounce and reach with the sitting bones. Come forward to plank, 1 push-up and press. 1 more time, okay? Bend those knees, kiss the bumper, pull the hips back. Now send yourself forward, hold. Elbows track wide, the collarbone chases the elbows. We press up from there. Stay right here. We're gonna do spider lunge taps, okay? Again, getting deeper into the lower half. You're gonna take your left toes and you're gonna tap them behind your left wrist and bring it forward. Bring it back to the platform. Right foot taps behind the right wrist and bring it back. So it's a big step, but it's a tap. I just want you to tap the toes and bring it back to the platform. Right leg, tap, bring it back to the platform. Good, you're holding a flat back. So the tailbone is reaching from the crown of the head. I'm looking in front of my fingertips. I'm not letting that head hang. There's no need to look at your feet. Tap left and pull it back. Tap right and pull it back. 2 more each side. Tap left and pull it back. Tap right and pull it back. Last one each side. Tap left and pull it back. Tap right and pull it back. Hold your plank. Hold. Think about pressing the carriage away, right? Find space between your shoulder blades for 4, for 3, last 2, and bend your knees to bring the carriage in. Okay, we are going to grab our pole now, okay? Now you are on an extra light spring. We're gonna stay there. So I need you to be careful as we stand. Grab the pole. Okay, now you're facing the rear, so turn to your left. Your left foot is coming on the platform, okay? Your right foot is coming on the carriage. Again, like I said, 1 extra light spring. This carriage can slide easily, all right? So let's be careful. Your inner thighs and your pelvic floor are gonna hold that carriage home. So keep it against the bumper. All 10 toes are pointed forward, your legs are in parallel. Let's take the pole between our palms, overhand grip, okay? The pole is gonna start right at the top of your thighs. That's it, we're gonna come into a skater. So I want you to find a squat. Once we find it, we're gonna stay there, okay? So you're gonna reach your sitting bones back for your heels. Pole is gonna lift to chest height, hold. All right, now I want you to activate the back by trying to pull the pole apart. Your booty is above knee height, so that way the core is on. Your ribs are in alignment with your hips, so we're not flailing the ribs open and shortening the low back, no. Okay, shoulders are down your back. From here, you're gonna skate, straightening the left leg. All right, so let's straighten the left leg. Right leg stays exactly as it is. You will slide out with the carriage. Good, now come all the way back home by bending your left knee. Carriage to the bumper. Now my right leg skates. Open up that right leg. Stay body weight over the platform. Bring that carriage in. Good, now stay here. Pole rises overhead. Still pull it apart. Skate by straightening your left leg. Platform leg straightens. Good. Bring it back home. Right leg straightens. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back home. Lower the pole to chest height. Let's do it again. Skate left leg. Good. And bring it back. My eyes are in alignment with my spine, right leg. So I'm looking maybe 3 feet outside the frame. Okay, and bring it back home. Pole rises overhead. Pull it apart. Left leg extends. Inhale. Body weight over the carriage. Exhale, pull it back. Good. Right leg extends. Body weight over the platform. Exhale, pull it back. Lower the pole to chest height again. Shoulders down your back. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back. Good. Right leg. We've got a bunch of standing work today. Okay, so
This is warming you up. Bring that pull up and overhead, pull it apart, left leg. Good, and bring it home. Right leg, inhale, and bring it home. Stay right here. Hold the carriage in with your inner thighs. Pull the pole apart. Stay right here for 6. Isometric hold for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and rise back up. Okay, we are gonna come into a runner's lunge. So we need to put the pole down because we're not gonna use it. So come down onto your knees facing the shoulder blocks. You're gonna put that pole back where it started, right behind them. Okay, then turn around to face your platform. Stay on your extra light spring. Your right foot is coming to the platform. All right, so here we go. Right foot comes to the platform. Your left knee is under your hip. Relax your toes. All right, now we are gonna start in a runner's lunge, but we're gonna come back to this position. So I want you to feel it now, because when we are here, we're gonna find some extension through the spine. So we will come back here. Right now, check your right knee. It should be tracking with big toe, second toe, right over the middle of your footbed. I want you to keep that alignment, all right, the whole time. Now your hands are gonna come down inside that right foot, okay? Now, if you don't have a platform extender and you're working with a narrow platform, the ball of your foot is connected, okay? All right, now from here, you're gonna turn your left toes under and you're gonna extend that left leg so the carriage is away from the bumper now, okay? You're in a deep runner's lunge, all right? So hold right there. Just start to feel that stretch set in through the left leg. Okay, now your right arm is gonna reach up to the sky. So on your inhale, we're finding more rotation. The right arm is gonna reach, inside arm. You're gonna follow that right arm with your eyes. That's a big inhale. And then on your exhale, you're gonna bring your elbow down towards the platform. It may not tap, it doesn't need to, but I want you to find as much rotation and reach with that elbow as possible. Good. Now, bring your right hand back to the platform, okay? And you're gonna bend that left knee to bring the carriage home. Your knee should be under your hip. Relax your left toes, lift your chest. Okay, now your arms are gonna reach right off your chest. You're gonna take your right arm down and your left arm up as you open up the carriage with your left shin. Okay, so you opened up your left hip a lot. Right knee still holds alignment. Scissor arms, left arm is up. The same leg that's back is the arm that's up. And then gently look up at the top of the wall so you get that nice extension and stretch through the psoas. Okay, that muscle that runs along the spine attaches to the top of the thigh bone. Good, come back to knee under the hip, close the carriage, hands down. Let's do it all again. Turn your left toes under, find your runner's lunge. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Look at it. Exhale, pull that right elbow towards the platform, big reach. Put your right hand back down, bend that left knee under your hip, close the carriage, relax your toes. Lift your chest, arms come off the chest. Right arm down, left arm up as you open the left hip and look up towards the ceiling. Left side body, okay, front line, nice long stretch. Pull it back, hands come to the platform, turn your toes under, send it out to that runner's lunge hold. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Bend your right elbow, pull it down towards the platform. Reach for it, really reach for it. Put the right hand back on the platform, bend that left knee to pull the carriage in. Relax your toes, lift the chest. Right arm up, left arm down, open up that left front body. So you're getting some nice stretching right now too. Nice, it was strong work and a little bit of stretching too. Hands come down, you've got 3 more. Turn those left toes under, find your runner's lunge. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bend that right elbow, pull it down towards the platform. Right hand comes back, left knee comes under the hip, relax your toes. Lift your chest. Good. Right arm down, left arm up, stretch. Look up.
Good, bring it back. 2 more, turn your left toes under. Find that runner's lunge, hold it. Okay, alignment is still true on that right knee, right? Check it out. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow, bring it down. Right hand to the platform. Bend that left knee, bring it home. Good, relax your toes. Lift your chest. Left arm up, right arm back. Good, look up. And bring it in. Last and final one here. Turn your left toes under. Send that carriage out to its runner's lunge. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring that right elbow down. Put the right hand back. Bend the left knee under the hip. Good, lift the chest. Right arm down, left arm up. Gently look up. And then bring it all the way in. Okay, not that that right leg isn't already tired from that, but we're gonna come into a lunge on the platform now. So, just really quickly, take your right foot off the platform because you need to get your balance pole. So grab the pole and then bring your right foot back to the platform. Woo. Okay, you are gonna step both feet to the platform right now. Okay, so carefully step up to your platform. Again, if you do not have a wide platform, you may need to take the step to the floor and then come up. Okay, take your time. Balance will be a lot more challenging with a narrow platform. The ball of your foot, so the base of your toes, will be connected, okay? All right, now you've got the pole between your hands right at the top of your thighs, okay? Overhand grip. You're gonna keep your right foot on the platform, but your left toes are gonna come to the carriage, just a natural step back, okay? So my toes are just a few inches away from the carriage edge. My heel is lifted. My right foot is flat. My body weight is in the platform. Okay, from here, we're gonna lunge. So the right knee needs to bend. Right knee will bend as the pole rises overhead. The carriage extends. My back leg is straight. Natural tilt of my torso. That comes from the reach of my right sitting bone. Square off your hips to the platform. Pull that pole apart because now you're gonna take this pole and you're gonna pull it behind the head, press it up overhead, and rise back up. Okay, so a little wider grip with your hands for that lat pull down, okay? Let's do it again. Find your lunge, right knee bends, carriage glides back, it's nice and light. Square off your hips as you go. You're sending the right hip back and the left hip forward. Pull that pole apart and bend the elbow so the pole comes just behind the head to the base of the skull. Inhale, press it overhead and rise back up. Close the carriage every time. So you're gonna use that left psoas to pull the carriage home, okay? Here we go, let's do it again. Find your lunge, pull that pole apart. Your wrists are nice and long. Natural tilt of the torso, square off that pelvis. Pull the pole behind the head. Inhale, press it overhead and rise on up. Inhale. Good. All right, 3 more just like that. Find your lunge. Good. Pull the pole behind the head. Inhale, press it overhead and rise back up. I do have a hold coming up for you, okay? Last 2. Exhale, bend that right knee. Good. Moving nice and slow. Pull that pole apart. Pull it behind the head. Inhale, press it overhead and come all the way up. Now, if you're feeling your calf and your ankle really fire, relax your right toes. Okay, they may be clenching the platform. Try to relax them. All right, here we go. Square off your hips. Exhale, bend that right knee. Hold it. Pull the pole behind the head. Inhale, press it overhead and come all the way up. Now stay here. You're gonna find one lunge, but this time the pole is just gonna come to chest height. Okay, so here we go. One lunge, chest height, hold. Square off your hips. Okay, try to make that right thigh bone nice and long. Pull your pole apart because now you're gonna do a carriage pull with a row. So elbows are gonna bend wide to pull the pole to your chest. Carriage comes in with the strength of my left psoas. And I pull it into the bumper with intention. And then I send the pole away, send the carriage out. Exhale, bring it in, pull, and then send it back out. 4 more. Bring it in, pull that pole apart, try to break the pole in half, and then send it back out. Exhale, pull, suck that left femur bone. So the top of your thigh bone, when you pull it in, is being sucked up into the hip. Okay, think about that. Think about that bone rhythm. Send it out, last 2. Bring it in, and inhale, send it out, last 1. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, send it out, and rise all the way back up. And now you're simply gonna turn to your left. I know. Okay, you're coming into a lateral lunge. I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding about the strong lower half. Okay, so your right foot is on the platform still. Your left foot is still on the carriage, but now we're parallel again. Toes are shining forward, okay? And we're just in that wider stance. All right, my inner thighs and pelvic floor hold the carriage home. You're gonna take this pole though, and we are now gonna bring it behind the head. So where we just pulled it when we were in that lunge, bring it to the top of the shoulders. All right, now I want you to outstretch those arms all the way as wide as you can on your pole. So this is where if it's nice and long, fantastic. If it's not, that's okay. You're just gonna have a more narrow grip, elbows bent. But if your elbows can be straight, I would love for that. I have an underhand grip on my pole. Okay, we're gonna lateral lunge on the platform. So the right leg is our focal point again, right here. Keep your left leg straight as you bend your right knee. Your right sitting bone reaches for your heel, so I have a natural tilt of my torso. Okay, I'm hoping that with the pole here, we don't round our shoulders because what's coming up next is a hinge. So from the strength of the right leg, we rise up, left leg pulls the carriage home, hold. Now kiss the bumper and pull it with your inner thighs. Pull it in with intention. Soften both of your knees, and now you're gonna crease at your hips for a hinge. Back stays flat. Sitting bones reach for the frame. And again, no rounding of the shoulders. You really can't with the pole here, which is great. You're looking just 3 feet outside your frame. And then rise back up. Let's do it again. Find your lateral lunge. Hold it. Inhale, rise. Kiss the bumper and hold it there. Soften your knees. Give me that hinge. Reaching your sitting bones back. Creasing at the pelvis. Good. And rise back up. Now we're going to add a little bit, okay? Find your lateral lunge and hold it because I want to add a rotation right here. So on your inhale, you're going to rotate to the right. Your ribs stay in alignment with your hips. Exhale, come back to center. Rise back up. Soften your knees, close the carriage and hold it closed as you hinge, crease at your hips. Okay, I know my back is to you on this time around, which is unfortunate, but I wanted to stay with that right leg working. Okay, come back up. Here we go. Find that lateral lunge. Reach with your right sitting bone. Your right sitting bone is over your platform. Inhale, rotate to the right. We're not flailing the ribs or shortening the back. My ribs are in alignment with my hips. Right, come back to center. Rise back up, close the carriage, hold it closed. Soften your knees, crease at the pelvis. Good, find that hinge. Good, rise back up. Here we go. Right sitting bone reaches for your heel. Natural torso tilt. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, come back to center. I'm hoping you're finding nice mobility on that rotation with the pole in this position. You should. Okay, soften the knees, crease at the hips, find that hinge. Back is flat, nice and long. Good, rise back up. You have 3 more. Right sitting bone reaches. Good, rotate to the right. Come back to center. Come back up.
Good. Soften the knees. Find that hinge. Rise back up. Last two. Lateral lunge. You'll be happy to know we're not lunging after this. Well, we are on the other leg, but this leg is done. Come in, hold. Oh, I forgot our rotation. Sorry about that. Hold it. Rotate. Come back to center. And rise back up. Close the carriage. Soften the knees. Find your hinge. Good. One more just like that. Lateral lunge, hold. Okay, rotate to the right. Exhale through center. Good. Come back up. Soften both knees. Your body weight now is between both the carriage and the platform for your hinge. Okay, we need to make that shift. Come back up. Now you're going to give me one lateral lunge and hold it. That's it. That's all I need from you. Here we go. Right knee bends. Hold it. Okay, now your left knee, we're gonna do a little carriage pull. Left knee pulls the carriage in, kiss the bumper. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, bring it in. You're in a squat, right? Inhale, send it out. 4 more. Bring it in and send it out. Last 3. In and out. Good. 2 more. You got this. In and out. Last 1. In with intention. Close it. And then send it out. Stay there. And rise all the way back up. Whoo. Okay. Both feet on the platform. Turn to face your carriage. Come down to your knees. Okay, with your pull. You still need your pull. You're gonna turn to your left so we can change our springs. You're gonna add that red spring back on. So we're right where we started class, on the red and the yellow. Heavy and extra light, okay? Now, before I get into the next thing, which is our little intermission piece, if you are enjoying my YouTube workouts, fabulous. I'm so glad you're here. But I only drop about once a month, okay? So I know that. It's not a lot. If you haven't checked out my on-demand platform, give it a try. Take a look, okay? There are already over 500 workouts up on the platform, but I have 4 live classes a week, both on the mat and on the Reformer, okay? And then those classes are evergreen. They hit the platform and they stay there. I also record smaller, shorter workouts, 20-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, okay? Tutorials, educational pieces. So it's all there for you. I am also at your fingertips. As far as email goes, you can email me anytime. So if you haven't checked out Pilates by JessPFit.com, check it out. Okay, I think you'll fall in love with it. All right, and you'll get a lot more than you're getting now. All right, grab your pole. We're turning to face the platform. You've got that red and yellow on. Your knees are gonna be as wide as your carriage. Okay, so your knees are not underneath your hips. We are in a high kneeling position. You are gonna take your pole now, and again, this is another one with long arms. You're gonna take your arms all the way outstretched on the pole, just like it was for our lateral lunge, but the pole is gonna be right at the sternum, okay, right at the chest, so we're not taking it behind us anymore, or not until the next side. Okay, now from here, we're gonna do a little combining of a rotation and a hinge, so it's a little different. I'm gonna ask you to tap the end of the pole on the platform, but we're gonna do it together, all right? So let's start with a rotation to the right. As you rotate to the right, your shoulders are down your back, you're also gonna start creasing at your hips. And I want you to reach your sitting bones back towards the shoulder blocks, and I want you to try to tap the end of your pole on your platform, and then come back up. Okay, let's go to the left. Rotate and hinge. Okay, so it's a twist and a hinge. The hinge is minimal, okay? The twist is not as big either. And then come back up, okay? Rotate to the right, twist and hinge, tap the platform. Good, and come back up. Rotate to the left, twist and hinge, tap the platform. Now, if you wanna start getting a little deeper here, as you rotate, you can try to bring that pole to the opposite end of the platform, okay? So you're tapping a little more cross body, okay? And come back to center. Good, rotate to the left and hinge, tapping that pole towards the edge of the platform, and then come all the way back up.
Okay, shoulders are down your back. Don't be afraid to reset. Sternum is over the pubic bone, but then as we twist, that changes. The hips start reaching back. Good, and we rotate and come back through center. Good, twist and rotate to the left, tap, and come back to center. One more each side. Twist and rotate to the right. Exhale, center. Last time to the left. Twist and rotate left. Come back to center. And bring that pole all the way down. Okay, we are coming on to the other side, but we're gonna start with that runner's lunge. So I need you to put your pole back behind your shoulder blocks. Okay, your spring load. Let's take off that red again. You're back down to one extra light spring. This time your left foot is coming to the platform, okay? And your right knee is under your hip. So let's square off the pelvis to the platform, okay? This is where your right leg needs to be, right, when we go for that extension. So I want you to start here so we can get back here, okay? Left knee is tracking with big toe, second toe. It is over the middle of your footbed. Okay, let's take both hands and bring them to the inside of the left foot. Turn your right toes under and send that carriage out to your runner's lunge, nice and deep. Now, we are on the other side of the body, right? So you may notice a difference in range of motion, in balance, okay? Just be aware of the differences. The more you become aware, the more we can work on them, all right? And that's what Pilates is all about. Okay, stay right here. Your inside arm, your left arm. You're gonna look at it as we inhale and rotate up towards the sky. Good, now bend that left elbow and pull it down towards the platform. It does not need to tap. Bring the left hand back to the platform. Bend your right knee to bring the carriage in. Relax your toes, lift your chest. Okay, arms are off the chest. Now, the right arm goes up. Right arm goes up, left arm goes down as we open up the right hip and look up towards the top of the wall. So find that nice psoas stretch and a little bit of extension. Good, bring it back in. Hands come down to the platform. Turn your right toes under. Send it out to that runner's lunge, hold. Inhale, left arm goes up towards the sky. Look at it. You're nice and steady, look at it. Good, bend that left elbow, pull it down towards the platform. Good, bring that left hand back. Right knee comes under the hip, pull the carriage in, relax your toes, lift your chest. Right arm goes up, left arm goes down, scissor arms, right? And we open up that right hip and I look up towards the ceiling. Good, and bring it back home, hands down. Turn your right toes under, open up that runner's lunge. Good, inhale, left arm goes up towards the sky. As you do that, make sure that left knee is not starting to open up. Keep it tracking with big toe, second toe. Bend that left elbow, bring it down towards the platform. Good, left hand comes down, right knee comes under the hip, relax your toes. Lift your chest, lift your chest. Good, right arm up, left arm down and back. Open up that hip, look up. Good, and bring it home. 3 more just like that, hands down. Good, turn your right toes under, find that runner's lunge. Good, set it, shoulders are away from your ears. Inhale that left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, bend that left elbow, pull it down towards the platform. Good, left hand on the platform, bend that right knee, bring it in. Relax your toes, lift your chest. Right arm up, left arm down, open up your hip. Good, full grounding on that left foot. Relax those left toes. Bring it in, 2 more. Hands down, toes turn. Find your runner's lunge, hold it. Inhale, left arm travels up. Exhale, bend that left elbow, pull it down. Good, left hand to the platform, bend that right knee, bring it in. Lift your chest. Oop, relax your toes, lift your chest, there we go. Right arm up, left arm back, gently look up. Good, and bring it in, hands down. Turn those right toes under. You got this. Find that runner's lunge. We're almost ready to move on, okay, to that standing lunge. Inhale that left arm. Exhale, pull that elbow down. Left hand to the platform, right knee under the hip. Relax your toes. Lift your chest, hold. Right arm up, left arm back. And pull it in, last one. Hands down, turn your toe under. Send it, carriage out, runner's lunge. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, pull that left elbow down. Good, left hand to the platform, bend the right knee, bring the carriage home, relax your toes. Lift your chest, hold. Good, right arm up, left arm down and back. Look up, open that hip. Hold it. Good, bring it all the way in and bring your left knee to the carriage, okay? Because we really quickly need to get our pull. Once your carriage is wiggling underneath you, just ignore it. Once you have your pull, okay, we're coming into that platform lunge. So both feet are gonna start on the platform. So come on up with me to the platform. Now, your left foot stays there this time, and your right foot takes a natural step back to your carriage. Okay, so just find it, get there. You can always, your balance pole is with you. You can always use it for balance if you'd rather. Okay, if that makes you feel better, just having it there for balance, do that. Okay, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. Okay, we're just using it as a prop today. The pole is between your hands, overhand grip on it. All right, a little bit wider because we're gonna pull it behind the head. All right, so here we go. Leading with our left sitting bone, left glute, right? Reaches as the left knee bends. The pole rises up and overhead. The right leg stays long. I square off my pelvis. Pull the pole apart as you take it behind the head. Inhale it overhead and rise back up. Close the carriage. Okay, so I don't want you to do everything just breezing through, right? We close the carriage with intention. That lights up the front of the right leg, the hip flexor, that psoas. Okay, here we go. Left knee bends, arms come overhead. Torso naturally tilts as we reach that left sitting bone. Good, right hip forward, left hip back. Length on that left thigh. Pull the pole apart, bring it behind the head. Nice shoulder mobility. Good, lengthen the pole back overhead. Inhale, rise up. Close the carriage. All right, keep going. Find that lunge. Find it and hold it. Good, bring the pole behind the head. Extend it overhead and rise back up. Good, beautiful. Keep going, 3 more. Find that lunge, relax those left toes if they're gripping, okay? Especially if you don't have a platform extender, I know you're probably lighting up through the calf and the shin, all right? And inhale, rise back up. You have 2 more just like this, all right? So if you do have less support, okay, just move a little slower. Maybe we have less reps, okay, if that's the case. Reach the left hip back, right hip forward, hold. Pull the pole apart to the base of the skull. Inhale, send it overhead and come back up. All right, 1 more and then I have just that 1 hold for you, okay? Left knee bends, make sure it is tracking with big toe, second toe. Hold, bring the pole behind the head. Inhale the pole overhead and rise back up. Okay, this time the pole will not come behind the head. We're gonna lift the pole to chest height as we find our lunge and hold it. All right, actively pull that pole apart. Left hip back, right hip forward, square it off. Here we go. It's a carriage pull and a row with intention. Pulling the pole apart, pulling the carriage into the bumper, and then extend. Good. Exhale, pull and bend. Inhale, extend. Good, pull and bend, strong activation through the core. And lengthen, 3 more. Pull and bend. It's not meant to be quick or forceful. It's meant to have a lot of control, okay? Pull and bend. Inhale, extend. Last one. Pull and bend. Hold it into the bumper. Hold it in there. Extend. And rise back up. Okay, turn to your right. Just turn. I know. Okay. All right. We're going to come into that lateral lunge now. So both sets of toes are pointing forward. Okay, you're in that V stance. Okay. Bringing the right foot closer to the edge of the carriage is going to give you more range of motion. So see where you feel like where you can be today. Okay. You're going to take this pull and we're going to bring it up and behind the head, top of the shoulders. Outstretch those arms, okay, all the way out, as wide as you can go, okay? I'm hoping this keeps the chest open without you rounding through the upper body, okay? So, belly button is up and in, sternum is over pubic bone. We're gonna stay over the platform. So, my left sitting bone is gonna reach for my left heel. Right leg extends the carriage, but my weight is in the platform. Okay, and then I inhale as I rise back up, close the carriage with intention. Okay, now soften the knees, keep it closed, and you're gonna crease at the hips for that hinge. Whoo, and then rise back up, okay? One more before we add that rotation. Left knee bends, left sitting bone reaches, hold it. Good, rise back up, close the carriage. Now soften the knees, crease at the hips, keep the back long, tailbone and sitting bones reach. Good, and rise back up. All right, here we go. Lateral lunge, so left knee bends, hold it. You're gonna add that rotation now. So inhale, ribs spin over the pelvis to the left. Come back to center. Rise back up, hold it. Soften the knees and hinge. That hinge, there needs to be a body weight shift, okay? So that not all of the body weight is over the platform anymore, that we share it between the carriage and the platform. So it's a little different. Left knee bends, find your lateral lunge, weight is in the platform. Rotate to the left, back to center, close the carriage with those inner thighs, pelvic floor, hold it there. Soften your knees and crease at the hips. So, little different because when I normally teach a hinge, I like to teach you to activate the abductors. So by trying to separate the ground between your feet, right? But today, lateral lunge, today we're trying to hold the ground together between our feet. Good, rotate to the left. So a different sensation, not wrong, just different. Come back to center. Good, bring the carriage home, rise up, soften the knees and crease at the hips. Right? Holding the carriage home, inner thighs light up. Good, rise back up, 3 more. Lateral lunge, hold. Rotate to the left. Back to center. Close the carriage. Rise back up, soften the knees, and crease. Find that hinge. Good. And come back up. Last 2. Left knee bends, weight, body weight over the platform. Good, rotate to the left. Come back to center. Bring the carriage home, rise, soften the knees, and crease. One more time, and then I got that hold for you, okay? Left knee bends, find it and hold it. Rotate the ribs over the hips. Back to center. Rise and pull the carriage home. Good, stay here and crease at the hips. Find that hinge. Woo-wee. And rise back up now. One lateral lunge. Okay, so let's find it and hold it. Left knee bends, we stay right here. Okay, now my right knee bends. The femur, the top of the thigh bone, pulls up into the hip. I'm in a squat, I close the carriage. Lengthen the right leg out. Good, pull it in, close it, extend it out. 4 more, pull it in. My ribs are over my hips, right? My sitting bones are reaching, so I have a natural torso tilt, but my booty is above knee height. Extend and bend. Woo, last one. Extend and bend and bring it all the way up. Step to your platform. Bring the pole away from behind your head. Oh boy. All right. No more pole. Okay, so however you want to put it on the ground, safely and carefully put it there, please. You no longer need it, okay? We are going to shift to the carriage. So to do this, I want you to turn and face it, come down to your knees, okay? And then spin around again. I know we are spinning around a lot today. It adds to the cardio. Okay, you're gonna stay on your lightest spring possible, but I'm having you stand. I know, both feet on the carriage. So we're gonna do a carriage burpee. All right, that's what I'm calling it anyway. So carefully, hands on the carriage, both feet underneath your hips. All right, you're about 6 to 7 inches away from the front edge. Carefully stand up, knees stay soft, don't lock out. Okay, we are going to find a squat. So your hands can come to the platform. All right, so let's do it together. You're gonna bring your hands to a clasp position right at the chest. You're gonna squat, leading with your sitting bones. Torso will naturally tilt, hold. Bring your hands to the platform, okay? And then you're gonna extend out to a plank, okay? Shoulders over your wrists, find that. Now, we're gonna do we got a little choreography here. Your left hand is gonna move to the midline as you rotate open to the right. So you're gonna find a side plank for me. Open up to the right, keep your feet staggered, so your top leg is in front, your bottom leg is in back. That keeps our hips stacked. That right arm is gonna come up to the ceiling. Stay here. Both knees are gonna bend, but as they bend, I want you to try to keep your inner thighs closed. Okay, you're probably not gonna kiss the bumper, okay? And then extend those legs back out. Come back to center. Okay, right hand moves to the midline. We rotate to the left, let the feet swivel and stagger. So my left foot is in front and flat. My right foot is in back and I'm on the outstep of the foot. My right shoulder is over my wrist. Keep your inner thighs closed. Bend your knees to pull the carriage in and extend it back out. Come back to center. Find your plank, bend your knees to bring the carriage home, roll back into a squat. So when we did that pounce in the beginning and I had you pull your hips back, this is why. Clasp your hands, stand up slow. You got a little wiggling going on underneath you. That's okay. It's challenging our stability, okay? Reach with your sitting bones, find your squat, hold. Hands come to the platform, extend to plank, hold. Left hand moves to the midline. We open up to the right. Let your feet swivel. Right foot is flat. Left foot, you're on the outstep. Okay, bend those knees. Try to keep the inner thighs touching. Okay, reach with your sitting bones. Tailbone stays lifted. Extend all the way back out. Come back to center. Good. Stabilize right there for a second. Right hand to the midline. Rotate to the left. It's a rolling plank on our hands, on our hands, rather than our forearms. Good, bend the knees, extend back out, and come back to center. We're coming up again. Bend the knees, okay? You're gonna roll back into your hips to connect your heels, clasp your hands, and rise. Whoo-wee. And if it doesn't look beautiful, who cares, okay? We're gonna keep flowing. Reach your sitting bones back, find a squat, hold. Hands come to the platform, find a plank, hold. Left hand to the midline, open up to the right. Let those feet swivel. Bend the knees to bring the carriage in. Open it back up. Good, come back to center. Right hand to the midline. Open up to the left. One side might be a little stronger than the other, okay? Again, be aware. Bend the knees and extend. Come back to center. Bend your knees to bring the carriage home. Roll back into your heels. Clasp your hands and rise up with control. You've got 3 more, okay? Sitting bones reach back. You find a squat. My hands reach for the platform, I extend to plank. My left hand comes to the midline, I open up to the right. Left knee, both knees bend, keep the inner thighs closed. Extend back out. Good, come back to center. Okay, stabilize. Right hand to the midline, open up to the left. Both knees bend. And extend. Come back to center. Don't rush. The minute you start to rush, you're gonna lose alignment. Both knees bend to bring the carriage home. We roll back into our hips and our heels. Clasp your hands and rise. 2 more. Reach the sitting bones back. Hands come to the platform, extend to plank. Left hand to the midline, open up to the right. You are breathing normally through all of this. Both knees bend. Inhale, extend. Come back to center. Good. Right hand to the midline. Rotate to the left. Hold. Find it before you try to go for that knee bend. Bend the knees and extend. Come back to center. Good. Bend the knees to pull the carriage home. Roll back into your hips and heels. Clasp your hands and rise. Okay? I need you to find the connection through each move. Okay? Even if you're moving slower. Last one. Sitting bones reach back. Hold. Hands to the platform. Press out to plank. Left hand to the midline. Open up to the right. Good. Instead of bending your knees, I want you to just stay right here. Don't bend your knees, just hold for me. Make it nice and strong. Okay, left shoulder is over that left wrist. All right, your inner thighs are knitted together. Strong pelvic floor, inner thigh connection. For 4, for 3, for 2. Come back to center. Come back to center. Find your plank. Good, right hand to the midline. Open up to the left. Find it and hold it. Feet are staggered. No knee bend. I just want you to hold. Okay, inner thighs are touching. The top foot is flat. The bottom foot, you're on the outstep. Okay, lift, lengthen both sides of the waistline and breathe normally for 4, for 3, for 2. Come back to center. Find your plank. Hold it. Bend the knees to pull the carriage in. Sit back into your heels and your hips. Find a squat where the booty is just above knee height, and just hold this squat. Good. Now, I want you to try to separate the ground between your feet. Try to separate it. Light up the lateral line of the leg. Those are the abductors, all the muscles that take the leg away from the midline. Light them up. Try to crack the floor between your feet. For 8, for 7, shoulders are down and back. For 6, for 5, last 4, and 3, 2, and come all the way down to your carriage. Turn to your right, and we're gonna give it a little stretch. Woo-wee, right? So, sweaty. Hopefully you felt that, right? That cardio, that increase in heart rate. Whoever says Pilates can't be cardio, it can be. It can be. You do need more, but it can be. Okay? So stay here. You're gonna keep your left leg in front. We're gonna sit in mermaid, and your right leg in back. Okay? So half lotus on both legs. So left leg is in front, right leg is hooked in back. Your right shin is up against your shoulder blocks. Okay? Now, we are not gonna move the carriage for this, but for the next stretch we are. So try to keep it on your lightest spring, okay? Now, we're gonna rotate to face the shoulder blocks. So your right hand is gonna grab the back shoulder block, and your left hand is gonna grab the shoulder block in front of you, and you are gonna grow taller as you twist up and away from the platform. So get tall, lift up out of the pelvis. Now, you are gonna push with your right hand and pull with your left hand. Push and pull. So oppositional resistance, okay, is gonna give you nice torque through the transverse abdominal muscles. All right, shoulders are down and back. Push with the right, pull with the left. Hold and breathe for 4, for 3,
Last 2, and come back to center. Now, right hand holds the front shoulder block. Okay, left arm comes up by your ear, and you're gonna reach up and over towards the headrest for a nice little side bend. Good, hold and breathe for 4. The up is more important than the over, okay? Last 3 and 2, and come back to center. All right, turn to face your shoulder blocks now. We're gonna come into a quick little pigeon stretch. So we're gonna take the right leg forward. First, I want you to find a plank. So hands are gonna come down onto the carriage, okay? Your toes are turned under on your platform. You're gonna lift and lengthen out to a plank, but we're not staying here. Your right knee is gonna pull between your thumbs, okay? Now, your right inner thigh is shining up. So I want you to reach your right hip towards the carriage. If you want to shift your hands to the shoulder blocks, okay, and kind of push them away, you can do that. Your left toes are turned under on the platform, and they kind of need to stay that way so that we keep the carriage lengthened out, okay? But your left quad is facing down. All right, hold and breathe here. If you want to bend your elbows to get a little deeper into that stretch and lengthen your low back. So if your low back is bugging you right now, you might need a little more length there. Okay, so think about tractioning the tailbone down and away and giving yourself a little tilt forward. Hold and breathe for 4. Last 3 and 2. Good, and then you're gonna come back in. So we're gonna come up onto the right knee, come home with the carriage, and we're just gonna switch to the other side. We're gonna find a plank first though. So hands are gonna come back to the platform, or back to the carriage, I'm sorry. Toes are turned under, and let's find that plank. Lift and extend. Left knee pulls between your thumbs, inner thigh shining up. Left hip is reaching for the carriage. I'm gonna shift my hands back to my shoulder blocks for a little push. All right, and then same thing. If you'd like to lengthen the low back a little bit, give yourself a little tilt, bend those elbows. Okay, but really focus on stretching through that left glute and left inner thigh. For 4, good, last 3. Mermaid is next in 2. Good, and then come up onto that left knee and come all the way home. You're gonna turn to your right. This time your right leg is in front, your left leg is in back, okay? Left shin up against those shoulder blocks, sitting nice and tall on that right sitting bone. Let's rotate. Rotating towards the shoulder blocks, left hand to the back shoulder block, right hand to the front shoulder block. And now we're gonna traction and lift up and away from the platform. I'm going to push with my left and pull with my right. Okay, push with my left and pull with my right. And I'm looking straight ahead, and I'm thinking about the crown of the head getting taller, or lifting up and away from the carriage. I like to always reference a barbershop pole, how they look like they're always getting longer. Okay, imagine that for yourself right now and breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, and release back to center. Now that left hand is gonna take that front shoulder block. Right arm is gonna come up by the ear, and I want you to lift up, lifting up out of the right hip and over towards the headrest. Hold that side flexion. Good, hold it and breathe. For 4, for 3, last 2. Come all the way back up, and I'm gonna turn around and face you. But we are all done, guys, all done. Strong work today, okay? Lots of endurance through the lower half, okay? So you may feel some little delayed soreness come the next couple days. All right, so make sure you get some mobility in there, keep stretching. Those stretches we did at the end are fantastic for that. Lots of rotational work today, okay, which we don't do enough. Also some nice side flexion in there. So, great job, great job. If I did not give you a modification you need, or you have a question for me or anything at all, leave a comment below the video. I love your comments. They help me, and I would like to be able to help you. And again, like I said, if you have not checked out my on-demand platform, but you're loving what I put up on YouTube, then the platform is probably for you, okay? So check it out. I have both mat and Reformer workouts on there. There are 2 live mat classes a week, one 60-minute, one 30-minute, and then 2 live Reformer classes a week, one 60-minute, one 30-minute. And then I alternate every other week. I have a stretch class that's 45 minutes. It's either on the mat or it's on the Reformer, but I like to give you those so we can stay injury-free and mobile, and all that does is prolong and strengthen your practice, okay? So the body needs a little tender love and care sometimes. All right, you guys, Pilates is a great place to start. I will see you guys soon, and take care.